Hello guys. I know a lot of people want to travel. If you share my love for travel, you're going to love this video. And I want to talk to you about how to travel for super low dollars. I'll tell you how I've been doing it for 20 years. I've been fortunate enough, blessed enough, that since 1998 I've been able to live wherever I want in the world. And I'm going to tell you one of the key strategies to doing it if you want to travel for super low dollars. And I'm calling it for now, slow travel, or you could call it not travel. So initially, back in 1990, I traveled the world for 11 months. And when I got home, I realized that I wanted to keep doing it. I wanted to soak up other cultures, but I couldn't afford to keep doing it. It's expensive. So my solution was, what if I get a job in another country? So I did. I managed to manifest a job on Park Avenue, consulting to Fortune 100 companies, and that was the next 4 years of my life. I got to soak up the US culture and I got paid for it. So there's one option. You could look into that and see what visas are required and what, etc., etc. But there's another way. Let's suppose that you can do something remotely. Either you have a business already that you can run remotely, or you're going to build one over the next year or two. Let's suppose that you're doing that. For me, it's coaching. I help rockstar entrepreneurs and leaders to live more boldly and fully expressed, and I can do that from anywhere. Let's say that you've already cracked that. Or if you don't have that, there's a book project that you'd love to work on for 3 months or 6 months. I'm thinking 3 to 6 months. Or something else you can do that will make money. Someone will pay you to do something. So what you want to do is go to one place and not travel. So I just did this in Colombia. I actually don't like to travel. People don't know that about me. I like to know where my socks are. So I went to South America to explore South America. How many countries did I explore over the last 6 months? 1. That's the secret. How many cities did I explore? 1. I got to Medellin and I loved it. And I realized that here's the cost to travel. If you travel, you have to pay for boats and planes, and it's very expensive. Right now, I'm traveling to Montreal, New York, Colorado, San Francisco. It's very expensive. To do that, you really want a business reason. You want to know that those cities are going to generate income. There's a reason for you to be there. That's how I justify it. But if you don't want to travel for high dollars, you want to travel for low dollars, go and get yourself in one place. Here are the costs if you travel. You got to pay for planes, boats, trains, and automobiles. You also can't work. You can't get consistent work done because your routines are out the window. You can't set up a physical routine for health and wellness. You don't know where the local health food store is. You don't know how you're going to get internet or a quiet place to work. And your routines of working, say, 9 to 5, which I roughly keep to these days, are out the window. And every time you travel to a new location, there's a massive time cost. Not just the money cost, massive time cost in getting set up again and getting yourself back into the groove. So my answer, got to Medellin, found a place to rent. Oh, rent. That's the other thing. If you keep traveling, you have to pay nightly rates for your rent. That's very expensive. So get to Medellin, for example, and rent a place for minimum 3 months. You can look around and rent something for nightly until you find something you love, but then do a long-term contract. I rented monthly. If I'd committed to 6 months, I could have gotten a 6-month deal. You're getting close to annual rent rates. So you could actually save money. Airbnb your house in San Francisco or Sydney, and if you're not allowed to, find a place you can Airbnb, and then you're not paying rent there, go to Colombia where rent's cheaper, get a 6-month contract. You might actually save money, even when you include the airfare. So I got myself a place. I got myself hooked up with good internet. I need that for my job. I got myself in a physical routine. I got myself a salsa teacher and I found out where to dance. I got to know the clubs. I got some friends. You stay in one place, you can develop friends. So this is my recommendation to you. If you'd love to travel, but you find it expensive, then go somewhere for 3 to 6 to 12 months. If you go longer than 6 months, you might have some visa issues. So Colombia, I can stay for 6 months, and I think Brazil. Any longer, and you got to pay more money and do that. So no big deal. Find a project you want to do. It could be coaching people, could be consulting, it could be doing some work on Upwork, it could be running your business by remote. I've got a client just went to Costa Rica for 6 weeks. He's still there with his family, made $70,000 last month. And he's doing almost no work. So of course that's a holy grail. I wrote a book about it. But all you need is 3 to 6 months staying in one place with cheap rent and work. Do whatever you can so that you're still producing money. You might produce more than if you were at home. I'm calling this slow travel. Perhaps you have another name. Perhaps you'd let me know about it. If you've done something like this and you care to share, I'd like to hear about it. Or if you're going to do something like this, if this is a dream for you, then do it. And I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm currently in New York. I was just in Montreal for a conference. Now I'm in New York for about 10 days and I'm going to get back to work. So I like to do it. I don't really understand people who do like 4 weeks vacation and then go back and work themselves to the bone until they're going to have a nervous breakdown. I don't really get that. I'd rather mix it up. I'd rather be somewhere that I really like, do some great work. I'm going to go and walk by the water, perhaps later today. Meet some really cool people, do some local stuff, get back to work, and then if I want to take a week off, I take a week off. So I like to mix it up. Let me know your thoughts. Cheers.